Alright, so in this video, you will see what is the top 10 best starter mythic units in Anime Adventures Update 16. Every units in this video are all obtainable and not from trading. Comment down below what unit is the best for beginners, and with that being said, no particular order, the first unit is Usopp God. Usopp is the best boss killer in this update 16, especially he is a hybrid unit on placement, which means he'll be able to attack both air and ground enemies. So beginners getting this unit, you'll be instantly get good. Yeah. Usopp God stats are max upgrade and max LR for 114,182.93 damage with his SPA at 5 seconds, making his damage per second at 82,836.59, which is still the highest damage per second and damage unit in this game currently. Usopp God is extremely overpowered for Infinity Castle, so I recommend getting Usopp God, especially he will be able to carry you in early waves in any kind of maps. Usopp God attack types are 2 damage and air, which he will be able to ignore Yellow Shield and be insanely good for Infinity Castle as he ignores resistance. Alright, next unit is Smoka Hunter. Smoka is one of the best units for starters to have, especially on how easy he is to obtain with a pretty good damage and damage per second despite of how easy he is to get and evolve. Yeah. Smoka Hunter stats are max upgrade and max level are 141,742.6 damage with his SPA at 11 seconds, making his damage per second at 12,885.69, which is a good, decent stats for a battle pass unit, especially on how easy he is to obtain. How to get Smoka Hunter is by reaching level 25 on the brand new battle pass key hunt in this update 16. Smoka Hunter is also a multi-hit, which will be great against shield enemies. Smoka Hunter's damage types are physical and air. Okay, next unit is Bulma. Bulma is a money maker, which she tends to be useful for waves that is longer than 15 waves, whereas Speed Cart is useful for rooms that last till 15 waves. Although if you are gonna be doing Infinity Castle, you might be, bringing both of them. Yeah. Especially having at least one of the moneymaker will help you progress through your games, as it will help you get more money every wave, which is insanely strong, especially for portals, story modes, and Infinity Castle, and many more. Yeah. Okay, next unit is Mochi Charlotte. Mochi is one of the best support with his slows. Slows are very essential against fast enemies, especially as you progress into the game. You'll be needing at least a support in your loadout. So go and get Mochi Charlotte. Katakuri stats are max level and max upgrade are 27,612.2 damage plus 2,761.22 burning damage over 5 ticks with his SPA at 6.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 4,248.03. Katakuri will cost 67,750 yen to fully max, and I do not suggest upgrading your Katakuri since you'll mainly use him as a support with his slows, and slows only work every 7 seconds. If you have less than 7 seconds, the slow won't work on the same enemy every time he attacks that same enemy. Mochi Charlotte's damage types are physical and fire. Talking about supports, the next unit is Oceano. Oceano is one of the most overpowered support in this update 16, especially Oceano buffs your units by 15% damage and makes the upgrade cost 20% less, which is insanely good. And you can place Oceano anywhere in the map and your units will still be buffed. Oceano's passives only works on you and not other teammates. Pairing Oceano with farms will make it cheaper for you to upgrade your farms, and not just making your farms cheaper, but also making your upgrade costs less, which will be valuable in short maps like Story Mode, Infinity Castle, Portals, and many more. Okay, next unit is Harubu Shark Impress. Harubu is actually one of the most strongest heal unit in this update 16 with their insane multi-hit at later upgrades. So if you're a beginner and you get her, oh my god, you are pro. Harubu Shark Impress stats are max level and max upgrade are 119,652.85 damage with her SPA at 7 seconds, making her damage per second at 17,093.26, which is insanely strong, especially on how cheap she is to max upgrade, and she does become a multi-hit at later upgrades, making her great against shield enemies. Yippee! How to get Harubu is through opening the brand new summer 2023 capsules, where there is a chance for the capsule to drop Harubu along with the other 2 new units in that capsule. And getting Harubu is also amazing, especially if you are a beginner, since she will be able to carry you through your games. Harubu's Shark Impress damage types are Magic and Aqua. Alright, next unit is Griffith Ascension. Griffith is the most overpowered unit and even better than Dio over Heaven himself, with Griffith's extremely overpowered passive in this update 16. And I only suggest getting Griffith Ascension once you got the other units that I have previously mentioned. This is gonna be very important. Griffith Ascension stats a max upgrade and max FLR, 20,711 damage with his SPA at 6.3 seconds, making his damage per second at 3,287.46. You might be wondering, why does he have such a low stats? Well, it is because you have to sacrifice units. If you sacrifice buff units, Griffith will turn into Griffith Reincarnation, where it will buff your units by 100%, and you can stack your buff with Griffith Reincarnation, which is incredibly overpowered, which can be used in the brand new tournament in this update 16. If you sacrifice Mythic, Secret, Legendary, Epic, Rare units, Griffith Ascension will become a full AoE DPS unit, which is the most overpowered unit in anime adventures, even better than Dio over Heaven, which is insanely strong. Oh my god, that is crazy. Do keep in mind that Griffith doesn't have a cap, making it insanely overpowered, so I definitely recommend trying to get your Griffith's damage to 300 plus damage before he transforms, because it will be broken for Griffin to have such an insane amount of damage, with him being a full AoE and multi-hit, which will be great against shield enemies. Oh my goodness. Griffith's buff is based on the cost of the unit, which if you have maxed out the units, it will give more percentage of the damage buff before Griffith transforms. Alright, next unit is Abdo Magician's Red. Abdo is one of the best units to have for beginners, especially on how strong he is. Abdo Magician's Red stats a max upgrade and max FLR, 155,318.6 damage, with Abdo doing an additional of 46,595.58 burning damage over 5 ticks, with his SPA at 8.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 23,754.60 with burning, which is insanely strong. How to get Abdo Magician's Red is through opening the brand new summer 2023 capsules, where there is a chance for the capsule to drop Abdo along with the other 2 units. And getting Abdo is also good, especially if you are a beginner, since he will be able to carry you through your games. Abdo Magician's Red damage types are Magic and Fire. Alright, next unit is Conrad Wizard King. Conrad is one of the newest units added in this update 16, with him being one of the best units for starters to have, especially on how easy Conrad to get. Oh my goodness. Conrad Wizard King stats a max upgrade and max FLR, 269,679 damage, with this SPA at 9.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 28,387.26, which is insanely strong for a beginner to have. Especially at later upgrades, he will be able to hit both air and ground enemies with his huge AoE. Although Conrad is expensive to max upgrade, but he is still extremely good for beginners to have. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. How to get Smoka Hunter is by reaching level 50 on the brand new Battle Pass Key Hunt in this update 16. Conrad Wizard King's damage types are Magic and Air. Air. Okay, next unit is Metal Knight Arsenal. Metal Knight is one of the best heal units, especially he has an insane multi-hit and summons drones in this update 16. Metal Knight Arsenal stats a max upgrade and max FLR, 129,881 damage, with his SPA at 6.1 seconds, making his damage per second at 21,291.96. Remember that Metal Knight Arsenal can only be placed down twice, making Unique Trait the best trait on this unit. The drones will deal half of Metal Knight's damage, and at later upgrades, Metal Knight will become a multi-hit which will do well against shield enemies. You'll be needing takedowns for Metal Knight to spawn his drones, and there is a tracker at the back on how many takedowns he got. To fully max upgrade one Metal Knight arsenal will cost you 118,250 yen, and his damage types are Magic and Storm, which makes Metal Knight a must-have for Magic Infinity Castle rooms. An alternative unit you can go for instead of Metal Knight arsenal is Fuji Admiral. Fuji is still the best physical heal unit and the strongest heal unit in this update 15.5, especially with his 2-hit placements, making him great against shield enemies and overall one of the best heal units. Fuji Admiral stats on max upgrade and max level are 157,205.43 damage with his SPA at 11 seconds, making his damage per second at 14,291.4, which makes Fuji Admiral the best physical heal and overall the best heal unit, especially with how cheap he is to max upgrade with an insane damage, and one of the best shield breaker heal unit as he is a 2-hit on placement and will do multi-hit at later upgrades. Fuji Admiral costs 66,500 yen to max upgrade one single Fuji Admiral, and his damage types are physical and dark. Alright, next units are the buffs. Bringing buffs to support your units is a must-have to do, or must thing to do, especially having Wenda in your team can increase all of your or all of the people's magic units damage by 100%, which makes her one of the best buffer units in this game currently. Although if your team is more physical, then I highly recommend bringing Erwin since he does buff all physical units by 100% if done correctly. Finally, the last unit is Goju 6 Eyes. You must have, yes you must have, Goju 6 Eyes as he has an ability called Unlimited Void that you can manually use, and when activated, both ground and air enemies will be frozen for 8.5 seconds, which is insanely strong, especially it makes Gojo's damage twice more. You'll be needing 6 Rikugen Eyes, which can be dropped from Mahoti, Vogo, and Hanamo at the Jujutsu Kaisen Infinite map. The drop rate of the Rikugen Eyes is 10%, and you'll be able to have 6 Rikugen Eyes in one day if you play for straight off 24 hours. Oh boy. And you can infinitely upgrade his Limitless with his Rikugen Eyes and 6 Eyes. Gojo's 6 Eyes stats at upgrade 9 and max level are 48,321.34 damage with his SPA at 6 seconds, making his damage per second at 8,053.56, which is not that bad. Especially he does freezing, unlimited void on placement. This is crazy. Gojo's damage types are Magic and Aqua. That was everything for this video on the top 10 best starter mythic units in Anime Adventures Update 16. I hope this video helped you in some sort of way. Remember to subscribe and like, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.